Okay, here's the next section, 7 through 12. We are to rewrite these in radical form. So these ones are the ones that we would, use to actually calculate, but now we want to make our answers look pretty. So again, radical form apparently is the pretty way to write things. So if we're all going to go in radical form, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to start with a radical symbol for each one. Okay, here we go. This one's already done, so yes, x to the 1/2 would be this. Now this one you could probably simplify even more. This one is unnecessary, this 2 is unnecessary. So what you're doing is you're kind of kicking that denominator back out. So again, the 2, you've got to kick him back out. When you kick him back out, you have to write it as a radical symbol, and then this 2 becomes unnecessary, and then so does that 1. So this whole thing would just become the square root of x. We are literally undoing this part. We're turning this guy back into that guy. So again, here's the process, this, and this, but just memorize that this is always the end goal, okay? If you have a half power, you can just rewrite that base as just a plain radical, okay? So let's take a look at the rest of this stuff here. Let's see, what's next? Okay, here we go. 125. We got x to the second. Now, in this case, there's lots of different ways to do this one. For me, I think it's easier if I just follow my frying pan rules first. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle you on this guy, sprinkle you on that guy. So I'm going to have a 25 to the 1/2, and then I'm going to have an x to the 1. Okay, cool. So then, because a 1/2 times 2 is 1, and a 25 to the 1/2. So in this case, I was over-prepared. I don't even need a radical sign, because none of this stuff is going to stay a radical. 25 to the 1/2 is just a 5, and then x to the 1 is just an x, so good. Sometimes it happens with these exponents. Sometimes you get yourself an actual pretty answer that doesn't need to be ratified. This one. 3, kick it out. It goes here. X squared stays. Here we go. I like this one. 15. Now the 15 doesn't have any exponents with it. So the 15 is already clean, so to speak. It's already, there's nothing you got to mess with. It's just 15. It's a plain 15. The x to the 3/4 is going to get all of this ratifiedness. I like that word I made up. 4, kick it out. X to the 3 is going to stay. Okay, so again, the 15 doesn't have an exponent. Up here, the 25 was in a group, so the group got halved. The 15 does not get 3/4. Okay, so the 15 is basically just kind of there for show, so leave it alone. So 15, I don't even know how to say it. I can't remember to say 4th root x to the 3rd. Gross. I just didn't like to say that. Okay. Here we go. This group gets 1/3. Now I think, again, I was overzealous. I don't think I'm going to need the radical. Here's what some people write, though. I'm just going to show you. Some people would kick out this 3, so they'd write it as 3/27 x to the 3. But then, if you rewrote it that way, you would just have to do the math anyway. So that the 3 would sneak back in. Okay, right there would be 3/3. 3 would sneak back in. That'd be 27 to the 1/3, which you would get anyway if you just did your frying pan rule. So, yeah, that's just a lot of extra work. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just do your frying pan rules. 27 to the 1/3, I believe, is a 3. Write it over here. 27 to the 1/3. X to the 3/3 would just be just a plain x. There you go. Sweet. There you go. So have a radical sign ready, but if you don't need it, then you don't need it. There you go. Frying pan rules only apply when there's brackets. There are no frying pan rules here. This is just a plain 16, friends. The t is going to get all the noise to the 5th power, so 5 comes out. That's it. Now you can keep the 1 in there, but you don't need it, so that's it. I mean, if I wanted to, I probably could condense this 16 5th root of t. There we go. That would be a little more clean. Gross. I don't understand why they think this looks any more pretty than that, but hey, whatever. I'm not the one that makes all the rules. Okay, I'll do the last 6 here on the next video.